Okay, so now that the driver has been downloaded gracefully, we'll close the Firefox and close this and go ahead and tell the machine to shut down. Okay, so it's shut down. Now we press the blue I button here and add hardware. So add, go into the PCI host device and scroll this to the right a little bit. Be so kind as to find your NVIDIA here, graphic cards. Where is it? Okay, so here it is. And I'm gonna go ahead and click on finish. Yes, I've already passed it to one machine. That's why it's giving me this warning. And in addition to this, you of course need to, well, you don't need to, but you should, the high definition audio controller from NVIDIA as well. So finish, yes, and they are both there. Now we need to start the machine up again. I'll wait for it. Anytime now. Oh yeah, we should change the boot order definitely next time we reboot the machine. Well, you can't do it now, but if you go into the boot options, just disable the CD-ROM and that's it. No, there's nothing. You can't apply these changes while the machine is running. You need to be off. Okay, so now we type in our wonderful and glorious password that no one can breach without a hint. And you go into the download section where you've downloaded the drivers and you start up the drivers just like you would on a normal machine. And oh, actually, wait. Right click on this PC and click on manage. I just want to show you something. Device manager. And you say display drivers. It says Microsoft Basic Display Driver. That's not what we want. We want for our NVIDIA drivers to kick in. So yes, proceed, sure, why not, and wait for the installation to finish. Now your PC might flash, restart, things can happen. Now, even though AMD doesn't actually have any blockers for the pass-through for virtualization, people claim that they have succeeded doing this with the AMD graphic cards. I personally have failed, and I have failed miserably. I would have loved to pass the AMD card because they're cheaper and because I don't really need this much GPU performance, but oh well. This is the card that I borrowed from a friend, and it seemed to have worked out, so I bought two more so that the two of us could sit and play in my house on a single machine where I could run two virtual machines. Okay, agree and continue. Again, God knows what I'm agreeing to. Express install is just fine. Go ahead and click on next, and it's preparing for the install. I'm not actually sure how long will it take. Let's just wait for it a bit. Installing graphic cards drivers, so just waiting for the installation process to complete. If I had more than a single CPU core that I could pass to a trial version, this would probably be a lot faster. I mean, not a lot faster, but it would definitely be faster. I can't go into checking the settings now while the driver is installing, as you can see the screen is flashing a little bit and there are things happening and you display driver updated. Please reset your system to restore full functionality. I'll just wait for it. It's going to finish today, hopefully. Anyway, you will get to this stage with the AMD graphic cards as well without any problems. But it would seem that the Crimson driver that I pull from the AMD site when I attempt to install it, it causes the machine to crash. Although I haven't actually tried installing the AMD driver on a licensed Windows rather, instead I've tried installing it on a trial version and it seemed to have failed there. There was a problem with the CPU or RAM or something like that. I can't remember at this point in time. But I remember the driver simply causing the machine to reboot and failing to actually install. So feel free to give it a shot because people have claimed to have succeeded. And I've talked to some of those people and I don't know. It just doesn't seem to work for me as it worked out for them. As I said, I'm using my existing system and I'm not buying any software out there or doing any crazy things like virtualizing things with Zen. That is a per virtualization. That is something completely different from this. What I'm doing now is the full virtualization solution, the KVM. Okay, so restart now. Yes, please. And wait for it to restart. And then I'll tell you what you need to actually do. Because once it restarts, you will need to plug an actual monitor into this card, and you will get the screen. You will get the screen on that particular card. I will try to use my camera or something like that to show you what is it exactly that I'm doing here, because it's impossible to record as the monitor that is plugged into that graphic card, which is passed through the virtual machine, is no longer a part of the Linux system, not directly anyway. Okay, so it's booting, and it's booting. Pray for its safe boot. Pray that it boots, because I really don't feel like doing this 100 times over. It's been a difficult journey setting this up. Went through a lot of problems. Not a lot of problems in the sense that there were bugs on the side of the Linux side. There were a lot of problems with Windows, and there were a lot of problems with me not knowing how to do this straight away. Okay, so the machine has booted, but you get a black screen here. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. There is no display output for the graphic card, which is a problem. What we need to do now is, I'm going to do this in the follow-up tutorial, but if you've got a black screen, that's perfectly fine. No problems there. I'm going to switch to the camera view, and then I will show you what I am about to do. Okay, so just leave it as it is now and just go to the follow-up tutorial.